Welcome to the Ask Dr. Deanna show. I'm Dr. Deanna Holdren, your host. Join me weekly as I cover various health-related lifestyle medicine topics that you get to request. This show is for anyone who wants to proactively improve their health position. I hope you enjoy the show. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm excited that you're here today. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about sleep. So let me ask you, do you have trouble sleeping? Are you one of those people who, goes to bed at night and you lay there for hour after hour, tossing and turning, trying to fall asleep and just feeling more and more anxious about it as the clock ticks away, knowing that you have to get up soon. And the anxiety is just making the whole sleep situation worse and worse. Or are you that person who wakes up during the night, in the middle of the night, and you wake up and you don't even know why you're awake? You don't have to use the restroom. You just can't, go back to sleep. Are you that person? Well, today, we're going to talk a little bit about sleep. We're going to talk about sleep hygiene. We're going to talk about the importance of sleep. For a lot of people, they have just decided that it just is what it is and that they are not good quality sleepers. I believe that it's in your best interest, it's in everybody's best interest to basically correct that problem and to make sure that you're getting the sleep that you need, because believe it or not, there is a lot that is going on while you're sleeping. And that's really what we're going to talk about today. So why does it matter? Why does sleep matter so much? Well, there's a lot of regeneration that's happening while we're sleeping. And studies have shown that people who have trouble sleeping or aren't getting adequate amounts of sleep, that they are more likely to suffer with things like depression and anxiety. They also are more likely to have a lower immune system, which means that they're going to be sick more often. They actually have an increased risk, believe it or not, of diabetes. If you sleep less than 5 hours per night, you increase your risk of diabetes. And that is because you're awake more, you actually have an increased cortisol level. And norepinephrine, which actually can contribute to insulin resistance, which then can cause diabetes. Infertility, due to the effect that lack of sleep has on hormones, that can be a big one. Weight gain, if you are sleeping less than 7 hours a day, believe it or not, it has an impact on our weight. Low sex drive, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, inflammation, increased risk for stroke, all associated with lack of sleep or just not getting enough sleep or poor quality sleep. Impaired cognition, where you just can't think straight. You've got that fuzzy morning brain thing going on. And then also risk of breast cancer as well as so many other cancers. So you can see, that's a long list of problems that can be associated with lack of sleep, not to mention poor job performance and just how it plays out in our everyday lives. It's important for us to get control of this and to basically restore those normal sleep cycles. There are a lot of different apps out now that can help you track your sleep to see, am I getting to the REM stage of sleep? Am I getting that restful sleep or not? There are even some, new wearable tech type things that you can use that can help you to monitor sleep cycles. I know that Aura, AURA, is a company that has a new ring that is kind of a self-monitoring, device that you wear that helps you to see, how well am I doing in this category. So some neat things like that can kind of help. Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about how much sleep do we need. Okay. Everybody's different. You hear me say that all the time, but everybody's different. And so let's start with newborns. Okay. Newborns need anywhere from 16 to 18 hours a day of sleep. Most of us listening today are not newborns, however. So preschool kids need anywhere from 10 to 12 hours. School-aged children need 10 hours per day. Teenagers need 9 to 10 hours of sleep per day. And then finally, adults are usually 7 to 8 hours would be the average. Now, for some people, they are incredibly efficient sleepers. And I will tell you that for those people who can fall asleep usually within a few minutes of going to bed, within 5 minutes, they sleep for a solid 6 hours, and then they wake up. They've probably processed through 2 REM cycles, and those are those incredibly efficient sleepers. They don't move much during the night, and they wake up ready to go, feeling very refreshed. And that is sort of a good for them kind of thing, because that is not the majority of people out there. Trust me on that. So let's talk a little bit about sleep hygiene and, okay, how do we get into the habit of sleeping? And, there's this whole study on sleep hygiene and things that you can do. And some of it is just common sense and some of it maybe seem a little out there. But the first thing is basically a routine, a regular schedule, a regular time that you go to bed and then get up in the morning. That can actually make a tremendous difference in terms of how easy it is to fall asleep, stay asleep. That's why so many people have trouble when you have the daylight savings, the time changes. A lot of people really struggle for about a week to get caught up and feel like they can continue to function at work and so forth. Don't exercise really close to bed. When we exercise, it actually increases cortisol. And I know we have so many people who they go to the gym at night. It's going to have an impact on your sleep. So if there's any way you can move that to earlier in the day, that's definitely going to be better for you. If there's any way that you can limit worry in your life, okay, that's great for pretty much everything, right? There are only so many things that we can control. There are a lot of things that happen that we can't control, and worrying about it isn't going to make it better. So basically trying to let go of the things, let it go. Okay. The things that that you don't have power over, whatever, there's no point in even spending mental energy on it, and it will keep you up at night. In addition, limit exposure to light before bed. So this is a big one. When you look at the light coming in to the eye, it actually, when there's not as much light, we actually start to produce melatonin, which is that sleepy hormone that basically it's a relax hormone and it helps us to go to sleep at night. Some people use melatonin supplements, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically reducing the light because it's going to help you naturally to produce some melatonin before you go to bed. The common sense one, no TV, no electronics, no devices, preferably in the bedroom, because it will, stimulate the brain and make it harder for you to then fall asleep and even stay asleep. Avoiding things like caffeine, again, common sense there, but caffeine, nicotine, and even alcohol can have a negative impact on sleep. So that's some of the just general sleep hygiene, sleeping you might sleep in a quiet space. You might sleep with a white noise type of machine as well. Those things can help just to kind of drown out if you live in a noisy area or whatever. That can make a difference. But overall, just, really working toward getting proper sleep can make a huge difference. Let's talk for a minute about some sleep aids. I mentioned melatonin earlier. And again, melatonin is a hormone that we have in our bodies. It's not something that's new to us. We do have a reduction of melatonin as we age. That's why it's not uncommon for people as they age to sleep less or to feel like they have more problems sleeping. But a lot of people will take melatonin, and they might take anywhere from 3 milligrams, up to I've had people taking 20 milligrams of melatonin. It just depends on the person, but we always say start low and kind of go slow with that. But again, you can see how the melatonin is such an important hormone for sleep, because it does help to relax you and it makes you feel sleepy, and then it enhances your sleep quality as well. Some people find that they sleep better with some essential oils, in particular lavender. There are a lot of other calming, soothing essential oil blends and so forth out there that you can apply that can make a difference. Some people feel that hemp oil makes a difference in their sleep as well. There are some other sublingual sprays. There are capsules, tablets, whatever, but there are some sublingual sprays that I think are really great, and there are some sprays that actually contain melatonin, valerian root, and even some chamomile flower that can really help for sleep. So a sublingual spray is something you basically just spray on the tongue. It is absorbing through the skin, which a lot of times is a lot more effective, a lot more potent, and gets the desired effect. So those things are available as well as chamomile tea, a variety of sleepy time teas, etc., that can make a difference. So overall, what I want everybody to understand is that, if you're a bad sleeper, you're not doing a good job sleeping right now, or you wake up, you feel, really tired throughout your day, that sort of thing, really take a look at it. Sometimes there's a medical condition, that is causing, you to not be able to sleep, like sleep apnea, issues like that. But basically spend some time addressing the issue and make sure that you are getting adequate amounts of sleep, because it will make a difference. It'll make a difference in your job performance. It'll make a difference in your attitude. It'll make a difference in your mindset. It'll make a difference in your immune system, and it'll make a difference overall in your health as well. So I hope this has been helpful. I love when you write in and ask me, different questions that I can then address on this podcast. So thanks so much for joining me. You can visit me at deannaholdren.com, or you can visit me on Facebook or on Instagram to basically ask a question. And I hope that you will plug in next week as we talk about nutrition for the whole family and mealtime for the whole family. Thanks so much and have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that episode. For more information, visit me at deannaholdren.com. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. Deanna Holdren. I really want to hear from you, so message me. I love taking your messages and creating topics from them. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share my show with those who have an interest in health and wellness. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week.